Prior to October 7th, 3,669 anti-Semitic incidents occurred in the United States.
Anti-Semitism is evil. It's wrong. It's flourishing in America with the acquiescence of institutions. Senator Ted Cruz tears into the Biden administration for its failure to act against anti-Semitic violence on campuses. If you believe in justice, you're going to want to see this. Let's get into it.
Following October 7th, in less than 3 months, that number spiked to over 5,000. In 2024, that number skyrocketed to 10,005 anti-Semitic incidents. This problem is particularly acute on our college campuses.
The numbers don't lie. Before October 7th, there were already 3,669 reported anti-Semitic incidents. After Hamas attacked Israel, that number spiked, 5,000 incidents in less than 3 months. In 2024, it skyrocketed to over 10,000. This isn't just a problem, it's a crisis. Senator Cruz didn't just talk numbers, he pointed out how our universities, places that should foster learning and diversity, have become breeding grounds for hate. Just listen to what the rabbi at Columbia University had to say.
This is the rabbi at the university saying your school will not protect your safety. And Columbia didn't do a damn thing about it. And I'll tell you what, the rabbi wasn't crazy. Here is one picture taken on the campus of Columbia.
He emailed every Jewish student, telling them that campus security could not guarantee their safety. Let that sink in for a moment. Students in America, at an Ivy League school, were being told to go home because the university couldn't protect them from mobs calling for their murder. Nothing. They did nothing. And trust me, the students calling for violence, they knew they'd face no consequences. This student, hiding behind a mask, was literally advocating for Hamas to target Jewish students.
In the back are Jewish students waving American flags and Israeli flags. In the front is a Columbia student wearing a mask because these cowards are oh so brave they cover their faces.
She wasn't some oppressed Palestinian refugee. Nope, she was a privileged rich kid from Atlanta, the daughter of multi-millionaire real estate developers. Her Ivy League education turned her into a mouthpiece for terror. And still, where was the outrage from the Democrats? Nowhere.
Whose parents are multi-millionaire real estate developers, and they got so proud, I'm sending my child to an Ivy League education where she'll be indoctrinated to dress up and advocate Hamas murdering Jewish students because they are Jews.
Who's funding this? Senator Cruz raised a big question. Who's funding this? These campus protests look the same. It's not organic, it's funded. Cruz grilled officials about any investigation into the funding. Have they followed the money? Have they prosecuted anyone? The answer? No, it's like they don't want to know. And that, my friends, is a disgrace. If you're tired of double standards, hit that subscribe button now. We break down the truth. Let's keep the conversation going. Now back to the video. Where's the accountability? And let's talk about consequences, or the lack of them. We have universities tolerating this. Has a single university lost their federal funding? Has the Biden administration stepped in and said, enough is enough? No, not a single university has faced consequences. And yet, if a student walked onto campus in a Klan outfit, they'd be expelled on the spot. So why the double standard? Why is it okay to call for the death of Jewish students? Cruz made one thing crystal clear. A Trump Department of Justice would not stand for this. They would follow the money, they would prosecute those funding this hate, and they would cut off the cash flow to universities that allow it to happen, because that is the rule of law, and right now, under Biden, there is no rule of law.
It is clear that there is coordination, and there must be some common funding.
In the last 2 years, under the Biden Justice Department, are you aware of any investigation to follow the money behind these protests?
I am not.
Are you aware of anyone who has been indicted for funding these protests?
I am not.
Are you aware of any university that has had their Title VI federal funds cut off because they've tolerated, welcomed, celebrated, and as Senator Hawley put out, had their own officials cheering on anti-Semitism as even one university lost their funding?
I am not aware of any university having actually lost their funding.
Conclusion: the choice is clear. Why has the Biden administration done nothing? Why have they ignored the rise of this evil? The answer is chilling, because their base won't let them. The radical pro-Hamas wing of the Democratic Party is in control, and the Biden administration would rather pander to them than stand up for justice. This is not the America we should accept. Share this video, get the word out. Hold our leaders accountable.